Ever felt like someone wasn't as genuine as they seemed? Today, we'll uncover the 7 hidden signs that someone might be pretending to like you. In today's fast-paced world, where digital interactions often surpass face-to-face conversations, understanding the facade of superficial relationships becomes more crucial than ever. As we navigate through countless social interactions, it's easy to overlook the subtle signs that someone might not be as genuine as they seem. Recognizing these signs is not just about protecting ourselves from potential disappointment, but also about fostering authentic connections that contribute to our personal well-being. Now, you might wonder, how do we discern these genuine relationships from the insincere ones? This is where the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy comes into play. The Stoics, with their emphasis on rationality and virtue, provide us with a profound framework to understand human interactions. They teach us to focus on what is within our control, our perceptions, reactions, and judgments, and to let go of what lies beyond it, such as the intentions of others. Imagine sitting across from someone who seems friendly, yet leaves you with an inexplicable feeling of unease. The Stoics would advise us to not immediately judge, but to observe with calm detachment. By doing so, we can identify patterns of behavior that reveal true intentions. This Stoic approach not only helps in recognizing insincerity, but also ensures that we remain emotionally stable, regardless of the actions of others. In the upcoming discussion, we will delve into the 7 hidden signs that someone might be pretending to like you, exploring each sign through the lens of Stoicism, and equipping you with practical insights to navigate these complex social dynamics with grace and wisdom. In our journey through life, we often encounter people whose actions leave us guessing. Today, we're diving into the first hidden sign that someone might be pretending to like you: inconsistent behavior. Have you ever had a friend who was warm and welcoming one day, only to be cold and distant the next? This kind of fluctuation can be unsettling, and it's often a red flag indicating a lack of sincerity. Inconsistent behavior disrupts our sense of stability and trust, making it crucial to recognize and address. From a Stoic perspective, the key is to maintain our emotional equilibrium despite the inconsistency of others. The Stoics teach us that our peace of mind should not be dependent on external factors, including other people's behavior. By focusing on what we can control, our own reactions, we can remain grounded and composed. Consider a scenario where a colleague at work is friendly and supportive in some meetings, yet aloof and indifferent in others. This could be due to myriad reasons, but the inconsistency itself is a signal to pay closer attention. Applying Stoic philosophy here involves practicing emotional detachment. By observing without judgment and accepting that we cannot control others, we protect our inner tranquility. This doesn't mean ignoring red flags, but rather approaching them with a balanced mindset. Remember, our perception of others' actions should not dictate our sense of self-worth or emotional stability. In our journey through life, communication serves as the bridge that connects us to others, and perhaps one of the most telling aspects of communication is eye contact. You might have noticed that when someone looks you directly in the eyes, it often feels like they're seeing into your soul. This isn't just a poetic expression. Eye contact is a powerful tool in conveying sincerity and trustworthiness. But what happens when someone avoids meeting your gaze? Today, we delve into why a lack of eye contact might be a hidden sign that someone is pretending to like you. Let's begin by understanding the role eye contact plays in genuine communication. It's more than a simple social nicety. It's a manifestation of presence and engagement. When someone avoids eye contact, it could indicate discomfort or even deceit. Imagine having a conversation where the other person constantly looks away or glances around the room. It's unsettling, isn't it? It might make you question their intentions or the truthfulness of their words. This brings us to a real-life scenario. Picture a time when someone you thought was a friend seemed distant and evasive during a conversation. Perhaps they frequently looked at their phone or seemed more interested in their surroundings than the conversation at hand. This lack of eye contact likely made you feel undervalued or suspicious of their sincerity. So, how do we navigate such interactions without losing our emotional balance? Here, Stoicism offers valuable insights. One of the key principles of Stoicism is the idea of maintaining equanimity and detachment from external judgments. By applying this principle, you can remain unaffected by superficial interactions. Focus on your own actions and intentions rather than being swayed by the perceptions of others. Remember, the essence of Stoicism lies in understanding what is within your control and accepting what is not. By recognizing and accepting the limitations of others' sincerity, you empower yourself to maintain inner peace and authenticity. This approach not only helps you discern genuine relationships, but also strengthens your own character. So, the next time you notice someone avoiding eye contact, consider it a cue to apply your Stoic wisdom. Stay calm, stay true to yourself, and let go of any need for validation from those who may not be as genuine as they appear. Let's delve into a fascinating aspect of human interaction: being overly agreeable. This might seem harmless at first, even pleasant, but it can be a subtle indicator that someone is not being entirely genuine with you. In Stoic philosophy, we are encouraged to seek authenticity, both in ourselves and in our relationships. When someone is excessively agreeable, it often stems from a desire to avoid conflict or to gain approval. This behavior, known as people-pleasing, can mask true feelings or intentions. Imagine a scenario where you propose an idea in a meeting, and a colleague enthusiastically agrees with every point, without offering any of their own thoughts or critiques. Initially, it feels supportive, but over time, you might notice they do this with everyone, regardless of whether they truly agree. This can be a strategy to stay in everyone's good graces, but it lacks authenticity. Stoicism teaches us to value honesty and courage over superficial harmony. By being aware of overagreement, we can remain grounded, focusing on what truly matters: genuine connections. This doesn't mean we should be confrontational, but rather discerning. A Stoic approach encourages us to cultivate self-awareness and to engage in relationships where mutual respect allows for honest dialogue and differing opinions. This way, we can build connections based on truth rather than convenience. So next time you encounter an overly agreeable person, pause and reflect. Are they truly aligned with you, or are they just saying what they think you want to hear? Embrace Stoic principles to maintain your sense of self and seek out relationships that celebrate authenticity, even when it leads to constructive disagreement. Let's dive into the fourth hidden sign that someone might be pretending to like you: avoiding personal topics. In our journey through life, building genuine connections often involves sharing personal stories, dreams, and even vulnerabilities. It's through this exchange that we truly get to know another person, and they get to know us. However, if you notice someone consistently steering conversations away from deeper, more personal topics, it might be a red flag. Imagine this: you're having coffee with a colleague who seems friendly enough, but every time the conversation drifts towards your personal interests or experiences, they quickly change the subject back to work or mundane topics. While it might seem innocuous at first, this avoidance can indicate a lack of genuine interest in who you are beyond your professional or surface-level persona. From a Stoic perspective, this behavior can be understood through the lens of self-awareness and authenticity. The Stoics teach us that being true to oneself and others is fundamental to living a virtuous life. If someone is avoiding personal topics, it might suggest they're not comfortable being authentic, or they might be hiding their true self. Consider the story of Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher king, who valued sincere relationships. He surrounded himself with advisors and friends who were not afraid to speak candidly and delve into personal matters because he understood the strength of such bonds. In your own life, applying Stoic introspection can help you assess the depth of your relationships. Are you engaging with people who are open and willing to explore beyond the surface? Or are you surrounded by those who prefer to keep things shallow? By being aware of this sign, you can better navigate your interactions, ensuring that your energy is invested in relationships that are reciprocal and meaningful. It's about cultivating connections where personal topics are not avoided, but welcomed as a path to mutual understanding. Welcome to this pivotal segment where we delve into the fascinating world of body language a language that often speaks louder than words themselves. In our quest to understand when someone might be pretending to like us, body language discrepancies serve as a crucial indicator. Imagine sitting across from someone whose words are filled with warmth and kindness, yet their arms are crossed tightly, and their feet are pointed towards the door. This mismatch between verbal affirmations and nonverbal cues can be telling. The ancient Stoics, who were masters of observation, would argue that the truth often lies beneath the surface of spoken words. They believed that by honing our ability to perceive these subtle cues, we can better navigate our interpersonal relationships. Consider a scenario where a friend compliments your new project, but their eyes are scanning the room and their smile doesn't quite reach their eyes. This dissonance might suggest insincerity. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm and collected in such situations, allowing us to observe without immediate judgment. The Stoic principle of apatheia, or freedom from being controlled by intense emotions, empowers us to maintain our composure and clarity, ensuring we respond rather than react. By practicing this form of detachment, we can assess the authenticity of others' intentions more effectively. So next time you find yourself in a similar situation, remember to listen with your eyes as well as your ears. Let the Stoic wisdom guide you to discern truth from facade, fostering genuine connections while safeguarding your emotional well-being. Let's delve into a sign that can be quite telling: the reluctance to commit. This behavior is often a subtle yet powerful indicator of insincerity in relationships. When someone consistently hesitates to make plans or avoids committing to future engagements, it might suggest a lack of genuine interest or a fear of deeper connection. In modern interactions, this can manifest as someone being evasive when asked to set a date for a meeting or constantly canceling plans at the last minute. From a Stoic perspective, this behavior can be unsettling, but it's crucial to approach it with emotional resilience. The Stoics teach us to focus on what is within our control, our own actions and reactions. Instead of feeling frustrated or hurt by someone's reluctance, we can choose to maintain our boundaries and uphold our expectations without becoming emotionally entangled in their uncertainty. Consider the story of Marcus, a young professional who often found himself on the receiving end of vague promises from a colleague. Every time they discussed potential collaborations, the colleague would express enthusiasm but never follow through. Initially, Marcus felt disheartened and questioned his value. However, by applying Stoic principles, he realized he couldn't control the colleague's actions, only his response to them. By focusing on his own projects and maintaining a cordial but detached relationship, Marcus protected his emotional well-being. The key takeaway is to recognize that reluctance to commit often stems from the other person's insecurities or priorities, which are beyond our influence. By embracing Stoic resilience, we can remain grounded and protect our inner peace, ensuring that our energy is invested in relationships that are truly reciprocal and enriching. Let's delve into the revealing nature of gossiping, a behavior that often reflects more about the speaker than the subject. Gossiping can be a subtle yet powerful indicator of someone's insincerity. When we hear someone frequently speaking ill of others, it might be a sign that they are not being genuine with us. This behavior can stem from a desire to fit in, to gain favor, or to divert attention from their own shortcomings. From a Stoic perspective, gossiping is a distraction from our own personal growth and integrity. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own virtue and to avoid getting entangled in the affairs of others unnecessarily. A real-life example could involve a colleague who consistently gossips about others to appear more trustworthy or likable. However, this tendency can backfire, as it often hints at an underlying insincerity and a lack of authenticity. To apply Stoic principles, we can maintain our focus on self-improvement and integrity, choosing to rise above the pettiness of gossip. By doing so, we not only protect our own character, but also set a standard for others around us. In this way, we cultivate a circle of genuine relationships, based on mutual respect and sincerity, rather than superficial judgments. As we draw our exploration to a close, let's revisit the 7 signs that someone might be pretending to like you. Inconsistent behavior, lack of eye contact, overly agreeable nature, avoidance of personal topics, body language discrepancies, reluctance to commit, and gossiping about others. These signs serve as subtle indicators in our daily interactions, helping us discern authenticity from facade. In the bustling symphony of modern life, where relationships often form and dissolve in the blink of an eye, cultivating an awareness of these signs is crucial for our emotional well-being. By understanding these cues, we empower ourselves to make informed decisions about who we let into our inner circle. Drawing from Stoic philosophy, we find a treasure trove of virtues to guide us. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm and objective, to focus on what we can control, our reactions and perceptions, rather than the ever-changing behaviors of others. It encourages us to value authenticity, not only in others but within ourselves. By practicing virtues such as integrity, self-awareness, and resilience, we can navigate relationships with wisdom and grace. So, I urge you to take these insights and apply them in your life. Seek genuine connections that enrich your soul and protect your emotional sanctuary from insincerity. Remember, it's not just about identifying those who pretend, but about fostering relationships that are meaningful and true. As you move forward, let these Stoic principles be your compass, guiding you towards a life filled with sincere interactions and enduring friendships.